How come you met the Ici D'ailleurs label?
Well, because he was a fan of Third Eye Foundation, I think, and then he asked me to do a Jan Tiersen remix, which was just before Jan sort of went globally international with the Emily soundtrack or so, and so it was that, and then I was because I was on Domino, and then Domino were always trying to make this sort of pop thing. They always wanted to. They didn't hide that from me. They didn't pretend it, but I appreciate Domino. I still appreciate Domino now because they've made a fuckload of money, but they reinvested in music, in reissuing. What they're called. They've reissued loads of stuff anyway. God, I'm going to sound. I don't put that on because I'm going to sound like a right ignorant prick. Robert Wyatt and I can see the cover of the album. I can't freaking remember what they're called. But they're reissuing things and they're keeping investing money in music and stuff like that. And Lawrence is a fan of music, Domino. But anyway, at that point they were really risking, and they'd done it before. They put lots of money behind something that didn't quite take off. And with Franz Ferdinand, they went basically everything or bust. You know, they put everything they had into Franz Ferdinand, and luckily for them, it paid off. But what it meant was that there was not enough money for me to record drinking songs. I wanted £5,000 to record drinking songs, and they basically said, look, there's nothing left. So I said, well, look, do you mind if I ask another label? And in fact, Ici D'ailleurs were going to put out the mess we made as well. But for one reason or another, it didn't happen. I can't remember exactly why, but it didn't happen. And so I went with Ici D'ailleurs for drinking songs, and I never have regretted it for a second, which is, again, not to say anything bad about Domino, because I do like, for a British record label, they are one of the best, if not the best. But yeah, with Stefan, it's really a different situation. You know, he's a friend, and he's more than my boss, which is not my boss. We work together, it's a partnership. And he's always suggesting ideas, which again, when I first met him, was a bit, are you trying to tell me what to do? But no, he doesn't. And it took a long time, because the first were drinking songs and failing songs. And it's actually only on the last album, the album I'm recording now, the Matt Elliott album now, where instead of when he said something, I just sort of go, why do you want me to change that? I say, oh, actually, maybe he's got a good point here. And I followed him a little bit more, and it worked out quite well, because, for example, I did a long improvisation piece on the piano, but I'm not a pianist. And he said, oh, it would be great to get a pianist to do this, or it would be great to do it. And I was thinking, oh, no, I can't learn it. It was an improvisation on one thing, so I can't learn it. It would take me, it's a 15-minute long track. But anyway, of course, he said, well, that's great, I'll get the transcript from your improvisation, and we'll get someone else to play it. And so we got Katia Lebec from the Lebec Sisters. I don't know whether you know who she is, but she's famous in classical circles and stuff. And of course, it added a completely new dynamic to the music, and really brought it out and made it something else, which again is always interesting, because I think I used to be much more of a control freak, and now I'm happier to let other people get involved. Because I forgot to mention earlier when I was introducing everyone that Chris Cole and Louis were both involved in the album as well with the Dark. And what that meant was I just gave them the files, the mixes, and I said, okay, do some stuff on top of that. They did some stuff on that. Some of it I used, some of it I didn't. Some of it I used where they put it, and some of it I changed and put somewhere else and stuff. So yeah, I'm happier and happier to work with other people now, and I appreciate that I can't do everything myself. I used to want to record, mix, and now I don't do any of that. I can't be bothered. I prefer to have someone else to put the mics in the good place, and to press start and stop, and to say, yeah, that was a good take, or that was a bad take, or do you want to listen to it? In fact, now I'm working with Jan Tiersen's girlfriend in his studio in Paris to record the album, and that's worked out brilliantly. We have a really great relationship in the studio, me and Gwen, and I give her totally free rein to do whatever she wants, and she's done a fantastic job so far. I'm really happy with it. And now we just have to mix the fucking thing. Well, it's not quite finished, but hopefully soon. Hopefully July. In fact, Jan should be mixing it. So it's all quite exciting, and it will be, you know, the new album, it's in a similar vein to Songs, obviously, but it's going to be different in a way. which I can't even.
Okay,
You'll
okay.
see. I'll play one song of it tonight.
Okay, perfect.
So, okay, well, should we go and get a drink then? Or you need to know anything else? And maybe there's some more specific things that you wanted to ask me that I just, instead of rambling on about fucking terror.
Is it your first time in Belgium?
No, I love Belgium. I wanted to move here. Complicated story, which I'm not going to go into in camera, but I love Belgium. It's one of my favourite countries. I'm not just saying that because you're here. I like the fact there's no government here. That's a world record-breaking country of no government. I really, and I especially like Brussels because it's such a mixed match. I mean, the fact that it's a Flemish city in, it's a sort of French city in a Flemish sort of
mixed.
But that's what I mean. It's like this weird sort of hinterland, which of course gets people upset. But no, I do love Belgium. I love Wallonia as well, and I wanted to move to Brussels a lot. I ended up staying in France, but as I said, that's sort of beyond my control. And I've played in this venue many times. I've even played as Third Eye Foundation, I think, in '98. And I've played as Matt Elliott a few times here, and I'm always happy to come to Belgium. Yeah, not so well known on the Flemish side actually, and normally the gigs I've done on the Flemish side have not been quite so well received as the ones in Wallonia, but always in Liège, for example.
Yeah.
Wonderful town. Great people. It's a lovely town, Liège, as well. I had a bad experience in Namur, but that was because it was one of these sort of free gigs that's in the theatre, and everyone was bringing their kids running.
Yeah.
And just yabba, and so it's a little bit hard to get into the moment when things are like that. But no, I'm always in Belgium. In fact, it was one of the first countries I came to when with Movie Tone Flying Saucer Attack. We came to Belgium and France, and I call Belgium France without the bullshit. That's the way I like to think about it, because the cops seem to be a bit nicer here.
Yeah,
less bureaucracy, less sort of just control and I mean, it's probably changing. All the countries are changing. You see more and more police everywhere you go, and there's more and more control. But I do like Belgium, Berlin, and Madrid. I say Belgium in its entirety. And my three sort of favourite places to be. But now Madrid is going. I've lost Madrid, and it's really sad for me because there's CCTV cameras fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't appreciate that. Yeah.
Sorry, you're still going.
Yeah. No.
And last question: the three bands, your favorite three bands.
Well, I'll be next door.
Huh?
I'll be next door.
Next time. Well, for one thing, it's going to sound like a practice thing to say, but I don't like to have favourites because, of course, music is individual. It's like if someone wants to say to you, like, what's your favourite child? You know, if you've got more than one child, because you can't say that because you love different things for different things. And there are many bands that have affected me, but also greatly influenced me. And sometimes I don't even realise until a lot later. I will make a mention of the band Venus Handcuffs only because no one has ever heard of them. And it was one of the records I found when I was 16. When I used to go around record stores in the old days when I used to have vinyl, and I used to spend my whole days doing this. I used to get into industrial music. I used to go to the industrial section, and there was a band. In those days, they were called Corpses as Bedmates, and I really liked the sort of cover of the record. I thought, maybe this is quite good, but I didn't listen to it for ages. And then I asked the guy to put it on once. Everyone left the shop, and the guy sort of took it off and was like, "You won't be wanting that then." I was like, "I want that now." And I took it home and I listened to it. I can't describe what it sounds like. It sounds like a sort of, like a rock band, but not a rock band. Weird, like a David Lynch style rock band, if you can imagine that. In a cave with a woman sort of singing and just, I can't describe it. You have to look at it. It's called Venus Handcuffs, alright? And you can see, I think maybe, if you go to my MySpace, which I mean I don't even go to, I think it's one of my friends, I think so. But if you check out Venus Handcuffs, because they reissued it recently, Recommended Records reissued it, and that's actually one of the great things about MySpace, because I managed to find a woman from the band
Okay.
and say to her, you know, this album changed my life. Literally,
Yeah.
I was 16, 17, and I just went, what the fuck is this? What is this? And that's what I always search for after. The unfortunate thing is, because it's still one of my favourite records, it's on my iPod, and I'm always happy to listen to it. And the sad thing is, when you discover something like that, it raises the bar. And unless something really fucking grabs you and shakes you.
That's right.
And now that's why I'm getting more into live music. I don't listen to music at home anymore. I like to listen to music live. It's the way to listen to music, in my opinion. And I never used to. I always used to prefer sit down, CD, join, and let the music wash. But now I really start to appreciate it. And when I'm playing at festivals and so, it's great to catch some of the other bands. And random things I haven't chosen, the bands that are opening for me or I'm opening for them, bands you never heard of before. Dart, they're playing tonight. Great band live, and I opened for them in Paris, and it's great to see music live. But 3F, it's you know, there's so many thousands and thousands of bands which have a real special place in my heart. It would be so difficult to choose because, of course, you know, My Bloody Valentine, of course, a massive influence on me. I mean, anyone can tell that. But then equally, you know, maybe tricky in another way. I learned things from doing that remix for Jan Tiersen, for example. I learned a lot of things because everyone in those days was using click tracks. I used to do a lot of remixes, and everything was done to click, so dead easy. Then I got Jan's thing. I was thinking, oh, what the fuck is this? It's the timing's all over the fucking place. The guy doesn't play to a click, and I was like, oh no, but that's what gives it this emotional thing, and it's the movement beneath the thing. Actually, that's his real skill, is to move these things. And actually, when I first heard Jan Tiersen, Le Faire, the CD that he wanted me to do a remix of, I thought it was so well played. I thought he'd actually programmed it. You know, it was that weird. But so equally from these things. So that's not my three, by the way. I'm not saying My Bloody Valentine, Jan Tiersen. I'm just saying that lots of people, and from all over the world. I mean, at the moment, I'll tell you what I'm listening to at the moment, a random compilation of Russian sort of pop music from the 30s and 40s, which there's some guys making a documentary about me, and he just happened to have it on his computer, and he was playing it one night, and we were all a bit like that. This is great. Can I have the files for that? And that's what I have on all the time. There's about, I don't know, 30 tracks, and I just put it on random when I'm cooking or cleaning my house or whatever, and it's got everything in it. It's pop songs, but not old pop songs. Sometimes swing, they've taken some stuff from Frank Sinatra and stuff like that. It's really interesting, and probably the best time to be alive actually is probably the 20s and 30s. I think perhaps one of my former lives was in the 20s and 30s. But so I'm going to be a real prick and say I'm not going to. And if you don't put three favourite bands, I could literally spend 2 days reeling off bands and people that have meant something and taught something. Because as I said, I'm a student of music, so in some ways that takes something away from listening to music, because you don't listen to it the same way. It's one of the terrible things about working with something that you love, is that you always deconstruct things, which means that actually I end up hating 90% of modern music. But then when you find something like Tom Waits, for example, that's so beyond analysis. You find you listen only to the music. So when I find something, the rare time that I find something like that, it's also why I listen to more and more classical music, because it's beyond analysis. It's just a lovely, beautiful thing. Because often when I'm hear a modern band or so, I'm thinking, okay, what's the guy's motivation for this? Is the guy's motivation pure? And for example, with Tom Waits, I can say I think his motivation is pure. He does it for the same reason I do, to communicate, to share, to express himself in a really beautiful way, as he can do, and he's obviously very talented. Whereas when you see some guys twatting on fucking
Katy
stage.
Perry and so on. Katy Perry.
Oh well, yeah. I mean that's all way above me. I don't even know. I think
Lady Gaga.
yeah, I've heard it once in a taxi, and I was actually annoyed because he was playing on the radio, and afterwards they said that was Lady Gaga. And I was like, I didn't want to know because I don't want to know what that stupid fucking Illuminati scum sounds like. And but you know, people are always people, and you know, music does have more functions. I mean, I take music really fucking seriously, but I understand. I used to love raves when raves were going on back in the day. I used to fucking love raves and dancing away to the night. And yeah, there's good time music and stuff like that. I'm not saying that all music should be sound. I love funk, for example. I'll put one of the bands, all right. So I've already got, what was the first one I said? Venus Handcuffs. Second one, Funkadelic. One of the most fucking underrated bands ever. More punk than the fucking Sex Pistols. More just fucking great band. Lyrically, so intelligent lyrics, great. Free Your Mind, Your Ass Will Follow is one of the greatest albums ever made. It is fucking fantastic, and it's completely overlooked. It was before punk. It was 3 years before punk, but they were dealing with things, but they did it in a really humorous way. That's what I really appreciate about Funkadelic. They've got a great way to express things, and of course some of it's really silly and really stupid, but there's also a very serious grain of truth. And not only that, it sounds like they were having such fun. I love their relationship with music because they embrace it and really take it to themselves, and they do everything they can with it. The voice is fantastic, fucking bass is amazing, and all the keyboards and everything is just... So I'll put Funkadelic, I'll play your game, and I'll put Funkadelic because one, it won't be expected, and two, because I really fucking love this band, and I wish more people would fucking get this band because they are just fucking brilliant. And so now I'm sort of pressured into doing a third one. Yeah, no, it's Tricky. And I don't mean Tricky the band, but I really love Tricky. He was my favourite of all the Bristol guys. And he's on Domino now as well. Or was.
Do you ever listen to Japanese music?
Well, I listen to the Japanese modern music.
Yeah, or old.
Well, I listen to any music that's old. Anything from anywhere in the world I'll listen to if it's old, because again, normally the motivation is pure. I really like the Asa Chang and Junrei and the On Leaf. Really great Japanese approach to sort of technological music. Fantastic. Really original and great. Modern Japanese music, I'm ashamed to say I should have brushed up because I'm fucking going there tomorrow, so I should have researched a bit of this, because of course people are going to say that. So no. But actually I'm playing with some Japanese bands, so and as I said, that's normally how I find out about music. Is not, I don't read press or you know, sorry, no disrespect, I don't go onto websites or anything. I just, the things that come to me, I'm a great believer in these kinds of things, in like connections and things are supposed to be meant to happen. It's happened to me a lot where I meet someone in a weird situation and I end up working really closely with them, and I'm quite instinctual. So I like that. I like the randomness of things will come. Something will grab my attention somehow. I mean, either it's so good that you can't ignore it, or yeah, I'll end up playing in the same festival as them or so. I still haven't got the third one there.